Hi everyone, Shai here. I hope all of you are doing good. Welcome to another new video. Every country has its own set of beauty standards, whether they are right and attainable or not. Just Google search your country, and you'll find a description of who the most beautiful people are thought to be. But it's amazing how much those beauty standards differ from country to country. Africa's beauty standards will shock you, from neck rings worn as a seal of faithfulness to force-feeding girls. Here are some mind-blowing beauty standards across Africa. Number 1. Scarification. Costication is the process of scratching, cutting, etching, and burning pictures, designs, and words into the skin. It's a type of body art or modification that can take up to a year to heal. The scars are typically permanent. While you wouldn't see scarification in most people, it's less common to see people without it in many African cultures. Scarification marks are typically the best way to learn about a person's family, clan, tribe, and social rank. Often, scarification is also used to symbolize beauty and strength. In many West African tribes, scarification takes place to mark milestones in people's lives, such as puberty and marriage. You are often excluded from group activities if you didn't want to participate in scarification. The types of scarification and the reasons for doing so can actually differ from one African tribe to the next. As a general rule, it's practiced across the African continent because scars are easier to see on dark skin than tattoos. It's also common to have specific markings to determine which tribe or ethnic group you belong to. Some people in places like northern Ghana believe distinct scarification markings treat illnesses and diseases like measles and stomach pain. It's becoming less common in some areas, but as a general rule, it was seen as a desirable quality in a future life and is a sign of strength and bravery in men. Number 2. Lip plates. Lip plates are definitely not something you see in most parts of the world. Also known as mouth plates and lip plugs, they are large wood or clay circular discs that fit into a pierced hole in the upper or lower lip. It's a common practice in Africa and has even been seen in South America. How the plate is worn can depend on where you live. Contemporary culture is also changing to give girls the choice of whether or not they want to wear them. In some African countries, people will extract their 2 lower front teeth, and sometimes all 4, to fit a lower lip plate in place. In Lobi and Sera groups in Chad, it's not uncommon to have both an upper and lower lip plate. In Ethiopia, particularly along the lower Omo River Valley, a young woman will have her lip pierced up to 1 year before marriage. Typically, they are 15 to 18 years old. Her mother or a kinswoman will make the incision around the lower lip before inserting a wooden peg in place. When the wound is healed, the peg is replaced with a larger one until she eventually works up to ornamental discs of her own making that measure between 3 to 7 inches. The practice is becoming less popular because of the risk of infection and how lip plates can impact mouth functions and lead to dental and gum issues. In fact, the Ethiopian government has apparently wanted to ban them. Whether or not that happens remains to be seen. After all, they are often seen as a symbol of pride and beauty. The bigger the lip plate, the more men must pay the father of the girl he intends to marry. Have you liked this video and subscribed to our channel? Well, do it now, or you might wake up with a lip plate that you can't remove. Number 3. MAASAI beadwork. No matter where you go in Africa, you'll likely see beadwork being offered for sale in markets. It's also commonly worn by many women. Known as MAASAI beadwork, it consists of beautifully patterned beads that form the foundation of necklaces, bracelets, anklets, belts, home decor, and more. While they make beautiful gifts for people, they also have several meanings in African culture. The beadwork is only done by women, and it is their duty to learn the craft. However, both men and women can wear the beads. They also feature at community events, rituals, and weddings. MAASAI beadwork has been around for hundreds of years, but they weren't always the colorful beads you see today. Traditional ornaments used to be made from shells, dried grass, seeds, clay, and sticks. Eventually, glass and plastic beads were used after trading with other communities. How you wear the beads and what you wear can depend on the person. If you're an unmarried female, you'd wear flat beaded discs around your neck to show flexibility and grace. You'd wear a heavily beaded necklace on your wedding day and a long necklace with blue beads once you were married. The more colorful the beads you wear, the higher your status tends to be. Number 4. Moving on to the next point, ochre is a natural clay earth to introduce you all to my merchandise. Have used for thousands of years. Content by it was once used in bar and cave paintings and was seen as a symbol of life and victory in ancient Egypt. However, in more recent times, we've come to associate red ochre with the ancient semi-nomadic herder tribe known as the Himba. This tribe lives in the barren northwest part of Namibia in the Cunene region and can be seen covered head to toe in the red substance. Well, correction, the women can be seen covered head to toe in red ochre. They use something called OCHRE, which is a mixture of red ochre, fat, and butter. Sometimes they add an aromatic resin to make it smell nice. They'll apply this paste to their skin and hair every morning to make them entirely red. Many experts have speculated about why they do it. Some say it is to protect their skin from the sun while tending to their livestock. Others believe the paste protects them from insects. However, the Himba people say it's simply for aesthetics and that it's like applying makeup every morning. They create the paste by pounding the ochre stone, known as hematite, into tiny pieces. It's then mixed with butter and heated before being applied to the skin. Typically, girls will start wearing red ochre when they're old enough to look after their own hygiene needs. Number 5. Neck rings. Neck rings have been widely accepted for hundreds of years throughout Africa and Asia. It's thought that the practice might even date back to the 11th century and was more commonly practiced in Asia, Africa, and India. The origins of neck rings are not 100% known, but a few theories have been suggested. They were possibly worn in Southeast Asia to protect people from tiger attacks. There are also rumors that they were put on women to make them appear less beautiful and therefore less likely to be kidnapped by men. In modern culture, neck rings are seen as more of a beauty thing and a status symbol. In South Africa, the Ndebele people wear neck rings to elongate their necks and make them appear beautiful. They were also considered a symbol of faithfulness. While we wear rings on our fingers, some Ndebele people wear them around their necks. They're not supposed to remove them until they are married. Number 6. GELE. Nigeria has many beautiful traditions, but perhaps one of the most stunning is the GELE. It's a traditional Nigerian head wrap made of stiff or heavy fabric that women wear on special occasions. Typically, the GELE would be worn to represent a woman's marital status. If you wear it to the right, you're married. If you wear it to the left, you're single. They are also a bit of a status symbol. GELEs cost money, so the larger your GELE, the more money it costs and the wealthier you're perceived to be. In more recent years, the GELE has become quite stylish and now forms part of an outfit. Most women will wear their GELE paired with a native Yoruba blouse called a buba, a traditional wrapper called an iro, and a cloth draped over their shoulders featuring the same GELE fabric called an ipili. If you're going to see women wearing GELE anywhere, it'll most likely be at weddings, festivals, religious gatherings, and burials. Number 7. Berber tattoos. In many countries, mothers would freak out if their child went and got their face tattooed, but in Morocco, it was the done thing to do. While less common now, Berber facial tattoos form part of traditional Berber customs and traditions. The tattoos would also tell a story about the various monumental moments in men's and women's lives. Many decades ago in Morocco, tattoo parlors were a bit like beauty salons. You'd visit them as a woman to look beautiful, but that's not to say it was a painless procedure. Anyone with tattoos will know that Berber tattoos could easily be considered more painful than most. You would pick the tattoo you wanted, and the artist would stitch the skin with a needle before placing black charcoal through the openings and wounds. After about a week, you would remove the wound scab and see the tattoo as the final result. Most symbols used in the tattoos were nature-inspired. Symbols could also have other meanings, like protection from envy, fertility, stress, strength, and healing. Berber tattoos were also common to determine a woman's marital status or if they were ready for marriage. Men also got tattoos, but they tended to be smaller and more discreet. So, that was all for today. I hope you have watched the video up to this timestamp. Make sure to press the like button if it amazed you. Press the subscribe button if you still haven't subscribed to the channel, as it's totally free. You can follow me on all social media platforms. All links are given in the description. You can also watch other cool stuff. The playlist link is also mentioned in the description. I will catch you up soon in the next video. Till then, peace out.